Woo-wee. Shit, wow. Alright, I am so excited to film today's video. I'm excited to film every single video because I just love playing with makeup. Otherwise, why am I here? Anyway, not even 2 seconds in am I digressing. But I am very excited to film today's video for 3 reasons. Firstly, I'm on like this indie brand train at the moment. I'm just loving trying all of these different indie brands and their makeup products and like I just find the indie brands are where the unique makeup products are at, is all I'm saying. Secondly, this eyeshadow palette, which is the You Beauty Glaminatrix palette. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you've probably seen it from the title. Glaminatrix is an Australian-owned company or cosmetics company, and it's also Queensland based. So for those of you who don't know, I am an Australian and I live in Queensland. So I don't know, just represent. I'm very excited about that. And thirdly, I actually got sent this palette in PR. Like, me, little old me got PR. I actually can't freaking believe it. I was gonna purchase this palette regardless, you guys, anyway. I have been wanting to try Glaminatrix eyeshadow formula for a very long time. I just haven't bitten the bullet money-wise, etc. So I was gonna purchase the palette anyway. I actually already had my alarm set in my phone for this pre-order of this palette when I got the DM from Glaminatrix advising they would like to send me the PR. I, no joke, squealed out loud. I was so excited. And thank you so much to all of you, because I know that Glaminatrix put up on their Instagram that they were looking for Australian kind of influencers, if you will, to kind of show off their palette in PR. And I know a lot of you guys tagged me in it. So if you were one of them, like, honestly, thank you so much. I cannot believe it, and I can't believe I got sent PR because that's so freaking exciting. And yeah, I mean, it's not going to impact my views. I haven't tried the palette yet. It's not going to impact my view. I'm still honest. You guys know that. You guys, I hope we've built the relationship of honesty by now, because sometimes it's too honest. But anyway, now let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, don't forget to do the YouTubey things. If you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I truly, like, beyond truly appreciate it. You have no idea. And now let's just get started. When I saw this eyeshadow palette get released, I immediately was gonna purchase the palette regardless, because the swatches that they put up with this palette, oh girl, I was sold from those swatches alone. They're phenomenal. This is what the outside of the palette looks like. And for my international friends, if you don't know, You Beauty isn't just like You Beauty. It's like, in Australia, we have a lot of slang, as I'm sure every country does, but I feel like whenever I have traveled and said some of my Australian slang, international people tend to get a lot, very, very confused with us, because we tend to, as Australians, shorten and abbreviate and put an O on the end of, literally everything we say, basically. So, yeah, You Beauty basically is like a compliment, oh my gosh, I don't even know a description for You Beauty, because it's just so ingrained in me. So it's like, You Beauty, yes, that's so good. You beauty, you go girl kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway, You Beauty with an exclamation point. It's said You Beauty. I don't know if that's making any sense. You guys are probably like, is she on something today? I'm not, I promise. I don't even drink. Okay. Anyway, the palette also comes with this little card, or I think it does. I'm certain this didn't just come in PR. I feel like this came with it for everybody. But it is actually explaining the names of all the Australian slang, because when you open up the palette, each one of these shades has an Australian kind of term as its name, which I just am in love with so much as an Australian, because I don't know, sometimes I really just love the nicknames we come up with things for. Like I said, they did do this palette sale as a pre-order so that they kind of knew how many to make. As you can imagine, being such a small indie brand, it's not like they're Too Faced or Tarte or whatever it is, where they just have hundreds of thousands of stock on deck ready to go to ship out, knowing that they're going to sell it. It's very much a growing brand, so they're still probably feeling the waters of how much stock they need to make, etc. The other thing about Glaminatrix shadows is that they are all handmade. So they're vegan, cruelty-free, and they're handmade. So that is why it takes a little bit longer, and that is why they've done a pre-order. Okay, so that is basically all of the little details. Now I'm going to turn my lights down and show you guys the inside of this palette. Okay, so you do get a mirror in this palette, and it is a good quality mirror. And then this is the actual eyeshadow palette. So like I said, I swatched this palette just before, and oh my my god. Let me tell you how beautiful these shadows swatched. I'm going to insert some like footage of me swatching this palette as well because you need to see the swatches. But the thing that struck me out the most when I was swatching this is how buttery and creamy every single one of these shades are. Like the mattes are the most buttery mattes I have ever touched in my life. I kid you not. Now in the swatches, I'm not the best at swatching, so judgment free zone. And especially with mattes, I'm really bad at it. But like, oh my gosh, these mattes are just so buttery and like creamy almost. And same with like the metallic, I call them, I know some of these are multi-chromes, you guys, but like these metallic-y shades, this one down here, G'day, is like almost a cream. It feels like a cream shadow on your, like when you swatch it. Like it's just so beautiful and they just swatched so gorgeously. So we're going to go ahead and create a look. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go off camera first and create a look on this eye so that I kind of know what I'm doing and I can kind of get a feel for the shadows. And then I'm going to come back. You guys are going to get zoomed in very, very close up in my face. And I'm going to kind of show you the look, like how I got the look, and then like my thoughts and feelings around the shadows from playing with it on this side. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's just go ahead and do it. Okay, so this is kind of the eye look right here. Obviously I haven't finished, I haven't done the lower lash line, etc, so don't judge it too harshly yet. It all kind of comes together in the end, you know what I'm saying? Now the first color I took was the color Bloody Oath, which is this beautiful kind of like a very muted, almost matte mossy green. It's very, very pretty. Oh my gosh, no, we're not. Stop. Nearly forgot me bloody eye primer. Just gonna put some eye primer on first. Heaven forbid I forget that. And like I kind of suspected, or it kind of says even, these are pressed pigments. So the way that you're going to be able to get these to work best for you is to tap instead of swipe. So that is what I'm kind of doing. Now I'm just taking this halfway because as you can see, I've kind of got yellow here and then green kind of here. Now I'm taking the yellow color right here, which is called Struth. Okay, so as you can see with the yellow color, that's the kind of fallout that I'm talking about there. So just again, be careful because it's a yellow, I'm picking up like you will need to just build and build in layers kind of thing. That's just more so how yellows work. Generally, the more lighter and pastel the eyeshadow, the more it's going to take to kind of build. But these are actually, this is one of the better yellows I have to admit I've ever used ever. And I'm not just saying that, like it really is a good yellow. Like you can see how easily that's built there. Normally with yellows, they're either non-existent or they don't build, or yeah, I don't know. I've never really come across a good yellow shadow, so I quite like this. I find it really quite easy to build. Now I'm going into this color right here, which is called Fair Dinkum, and I do have to admit, you guys, this is no joke, one of the best, like, see how it's like a, it's a blue, but it's not a blue. It's like a aquary blue. This is one of the best aquary, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Bluey colors I have ever used. Normally, like when I get a color like this in a palette, I find that it's really patchy, and when I go to like blend the color out, it always seems to just blend away off itself. These mattes have honestly performed brilliantly. Now, obviously I'm going into Old Mate because Old Mate is the coolest color like ever. And I used this with a wet brush on my other eye, so that's what I'm gonna do again. And I've just kind of created a bit of a halo eye here, and I don't look at that crumble and blame the shadow. That was me. I put way too much shadow onto my brush just then. But look at it. Oh, it's so nice. This shadow is so pretty. Oh, it's like, it's honestly feels like a bit of a cream formula almost. Like it's just so pretty. And then what I did was, because I wanted to use as many shadows as I kind of could, I took what's this called, G'day right here, which is honestly so pretty. I can't wait to just in like this shade right here is the kind of shade that I would put like a tan transition color through my eye and then just put this all over my lid. It's so pretty, and just wear that to work. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, I'm just going to put that into the center of the halo just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I did that over here and it looks really quite nice just in the center. I don't know if you can see the shift, if it's like picking up on camera, but you can see it in real life and it's very pretty. Okay, so I've pretty much got this eye look to be almost kind of done. We obviously have a little bit more finessing to go, but what I'm going to go and do is do the rest of my face makeup and then we're going to come back and do the lower lash line, etc. So I'm back, face is done. I just filmed a little Kosas powder review if you're interested. Now let's wrap up this lower lash line. So I'm going to take the color Bloody Oath right here, which is that mossy greeny color, and we're going to tap that underneath the lower lash line. And then we're just going to take a little bit of fair dinkum and we're going to smudge that really close to the lower lash line as well. Then you know we are taking a flaming glow right here on the inner corner because dang, she is pretty. Woo! This is one of those like multi-chromes. Oh, it's gorgeous. Is gorgeous. Sometimes I'm just like, what's wrong with you? You know, I'm sure you guys feel the same. Far out though, fuck me. That shade, Flaming Galah, like my lordy, I need to like blend it up a little bit here and create something because woo-wee. Shit, wow. I'm never really impressed with when I put anything on my inner corner. Like I'm like, oh yeah, it adds a little brightness, cool. But my God, if you can't see how pretty this shade is, it's one because the camera's not doing it justice or it's just your eyes, but like it's so pretty. I can't explain to you how pretty it is. Now I'm gonna go and put mascara on and do my lips. And then I'll be right back and I'm going to tell you how I really feel about this palette, okay? Alrighty, this is the finished makeup look. Do you like it? Well, I don't care if you do or you don't because I love it. I'm just kidding. I'm really not that rude. But I do really love how this look turned out. I love this eyeshadow palette. I love it. It's so pretty. Now I'm going to be playing around with this palette obviously a lot more. If you follow my Instagram, I'll put my handle somewhere here on the screen. It's also linked in the description box down below. So if you want to see more looks of me using this palette, definitely follow on my Instagram because I'll do like stories and posts and all that kind of stuff of using it. But there's a reason why I really like this palette. And let me tell you, it's because these like bluey aqua colors here, one are just like some of my favorite kind of eyeshadow colors. Like I don't know why, I just love a sultry like mermaidy aqua color, and I've not found one yet that performs good. I just really haven't. I'm not even just saying that because I got this in PR. Like I truly am not saying that. If it didn't work, I would tell you, swear Scout's honor. But I mean, the video doesn't lie, you guys. You saw me blending this out, and normally when I've used a shade of this color before, it just will blend off. It'll get patchy. It'll fall off my eyes, especially when it's a pressed pigment, and this shade has not done this. I'm so freaking impressed. And also the metallics. Now, today we used Old Mate G'day and Flaming Galah. You would have seen from the swatches, but just there's something unique about these, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what they obviously do in their process, but they need to bottle this up and just sell it as like a body oil that you can bathe in, because like these shimmers that I use, or these metallics or whatever you want to call them, are the creamiest like metallic formula I've ever touched in my life. And I'm not even kidding. That is going over Natasha Denona. It's going over Pat McGrath. I've never felt anything like the texture of these like metallic shades. I really truly haven't, I swear. So based off my first impressions of the U Beauty palettes, sold. Sold, hook, line and sinker. I love it. And of course, please don't forget to let me know down in the comments, did you actually pre-order this palette? Do you have it already in the mail? Like, what are you thinking? What's your vibes? Let me know down below. If you want to see like a 3 looks 1 palette using this on YouTube, let me know. I'm happy to film those kinds of things. Just let a hoe know. You know the drill. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching to this point, you are a magical, magical unicorn, because I tell you what, it was probably like it got a little weird in the middle there. Anyway, Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.